Good morning, students. Myself, Subodh sir, and I welcome in civics class. This is chapter 3 of civics, standard 8, and we are discussing why do we need a parliament. During the discussion, we have discussed how and who can become a member of parliament. Member of parliament, to become a member of parliament, they requires qualifications that we have already discussed. These qualifications we have also discussed in the class 7 when we were discussing about the election of an MLA. The election of MLA and MP remain the same. Then in the MLA they goes in the Vidhan Sabha, but the MP goes into the parliament, means Lok Sabha. Our parliament has the two houses, upper house and the lower house. Upper house is called the Raj Sabha, it is the permanent house. Lower house is the Lok Sabha. It is not the permanent, it gets dissolved. Raj Sabha do not get dissolved, but Lok Sabha get dissolved. Now, if the election had taken place, who will form the government? The rule of majority I have told you. How much members are required to form the government? For your informations, that in a state assembly or the parliament anywhere, it is decided by, if it is odd number, means number of candidate is odd, number of seat is odd, then the number of seats plus 1 by 2. In the case of even number, it is number of seats by 2 plus 1. Lok Sabha has 543 seats. It is the odd number, so majority figure would be, according to odd number, it is 543 plus 1 by 2. If we calculate, it becomes 272. 272 is the magic figure if a party or a group of party is able to acquire 272 seats, then they are able to form the government. Now, let's see it. In our parliament, the required number is 272 seats. Out of 543, 272. It means 271 would be in the opposition. It means number is more. It is not necessary that only a single party, either a single party or group of party, is able to acquire this magic figure, then they are able to form the government. There are two terms are concerned. One is the coalition government, another one is the alliance. Coalition government and alliance. or maybe more than two parties. Two or more than two parties are not comes together after the election. It means in prior I want to say, if no single party is getting the majority after the election, if no single party is getting the majority, in that case two or more party come together to form the government. It is more applicable in the state assembly. If we see the example of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, there are three political parties which combine together to form the government. It is Shiv Sena, NCP and the Congress. Because none has the magic figure to make the government in the Maharashtra state. Alliance is there if two or more party comes together, agree on a common manifesto, common minimum program before election. Just see the difference. In coalition, it is after election. And in alliance, it is before election. If the two or more party comes together to form the government, it is before election. They agree on a common minimum program. There are two types of main alliance are there in our country. One is NDA. It is National Pick and another one is UPA, United Progressive Alliance. The largest party of this one is BJP and is INC or Indian National Congress. Instead of INC, we should say it is the Congress. I means Congress Indira. INC was broken down, but still it is the main names, and its one fragment was developed by the Indira Gandhi. It is known as the Congress. I means Congress Indira Congress. It means these parties has come together before the election and agreed on a common minimum program. What another thing happens? The thing happens from the constituency, only a single party of the NDA or UPA will contest. Suppose that it has the 16 to 17 political party. If we take the example of NDA, it has the combinations with the Janata Dal U, LJP, BJP and other political party. We are talking about three. The constituency from the LJP is contesting the election. Other constituent of this NDA would not contest the election. It means only one member, either of any political party, would contest the election. In UPA, in Bihar, it has the collaborations with the RJD and the Congress and other political parties. If the constituency from where the Congress is contesting election, from there RJD would not contest election. If it had the alliance for other political party, the same thing happens. एक ही रहेगा. From any one from this, either NDA or from the UPA. Other political party go for their canvassing, but candidate would be only one. It means in that constituency you cannot find the other candidate from the NDA or other candidate from the UPA. But in alliance, two political parties may contest elections from the same constituency. From the same constituency. If we take the example at the national level, it is not happening. Here at the national level, it is simply right now after 1990 we are finding either NDA or UPR in the power. Before it, some collaborations had been taken place like this. If we take the recently example of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, the BJP and Shiv Sena had the alliance. But these two combined and got the majority figure. But due to some their political matters, they split it out, and the Shiv Sena, the Congress and the NCP combined together. It means the constituency from where the Shiv Sena was contesting, from the same constituency, the NCP candidate was also contesting. एक ही जगह से दोनों contest करते हैं. After the election, if no single party is getting the majority, then two or maybe more than two party comes together. Here we are talking about the national government, state government. We are forming the government. There are two types of government that can be formed. One is the coalition government. Another one is the alliance. I have told you that after 1990, it is becoming more difficult for a single party to get the majority because there are many local party has emerged. And due to emergence of the local party, vote share has been distributed, so no single party is getting the majority. So they are forced to form the alliance. So two alliances are working. One is the NDA, another one is the UPA. But for the last two elections, we are fighting that in 2014 and 2019, NDA has got the majority. In 2014 and 2019. This is the exception years. After 1990, these are the two exceptions here, continuously exceptions here, where a single party has got the majority. Still they are in the alliance with the other political party. Before it, no elections, even there was the UPA rule, and UPA also, the largest party, that was the Congress, had not achieved the majority. That I am talking about after 1990 elections, 1987 elections, we are not finding that a single party is getting the majority. It is so because there is existence of many small political parties. That means the party or group of party means alliance or maybe coalition forms. When they are able to get the majority 272, then they elect a leader. And that leader is appointed as the Prime Minister by the President. NDA got the majority. And when NDA got the majority, they elected Narendra Modi as the leader of the NDA. So Narendra Modi was appointed as the Prime Minister by our President. Anyone whose name has been suggested by the Prime Ministers for the different posts, the different ministry has been conveyed. Because in Parliament and the executive bodies, these posts are not permanent, keep on changing. so we say them as the political executive or the temporary executive. So government has been formed. It means who has achieved at least 272, they would form the government, other one would work as the opposition. In 2019 elections, the NDA has got more than 336. It is around 351. So they are the majority. So they have formed the government. Other would remain in the opposition. Now, what are the work of opposition? Opposition simply criticize the policy of the government. When the parliament session starts, winter session is there, monsoon session would be there. These two sessions continues, we can say summer session or winter monsoon session. And the winter sessions, when the session starts, oppositions are ready with the questions. During the questions hour, they ask the questions to the government, and the government has to satisfy. If the government is not able to satisfy, then the whole ministry will have to resign and fresh election will take place. The questions may be asked regarding the development in the country, in education, to help the poor, in the transportation, in the communications, in the trade, in our relation with the other countries, any types of questions. Maybe even the rescue work, if the government has gone for the war or the peace, anything, the opposition has started. Opposition gives us the good feedback because we peoples are not able to understand the government policy. It is the opposition which makes us to understand what is the government policy. And by doing it, we got the idea by our print media as well as the electronic media that is being told to us. So it is also the work of the government to inform the parliament, because the government is also the part of the parliament. Now, the government makes the law. Parliament makes the law. The law making power, you can say, law making power is with the parliament. Means legislative, main work of the legislative is to frame the laws. Executive means the council of ministers are called executive, whose main duty is to implement the laws. And judiciary see whether the law is according to constitution or not. If they find that it is not according to constitution, they make this law as the null and void. Now, proposal means ministers brings a proposal. Thus we are going to discuss how a bill becomes law. Bill is the proposal that is kept forward by a particular minister, maybe education minister, maybe transport and communication minister, any ministers. It can be divided into two parts. One is bill is the proposal. It is a proposal given. It can be divided into two parts. One is money bill and another is ordinary bill. Money bill is related to expenses, means expenditure of the government. Money bill is related to the expenditure of the government. Since all the work is done in the name of the president, prime minister do the work, but prime minister do the work in the name of the president, since it is related to the expenditures, so we can say that it is already permitted by the president. In other words, we can say that money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. This bill cannot be introduced in the Rajya Sabha. Money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Which bill can be described as the money bill? It was explained in Article 110 of the Indian Constitution, which will be declared as the money bill. Since it is related to income and expenditures, and it is the work done by the Prime Minister in the name of the President, it is hoped that President has already given the order to the Prime Minister to pass it. When this bill is introduced into the Lok Sabha, then it goes for the first reading, second reading and the third reading. What does the first reading mean? The first reading includes the introduction of bill and purpose of the introduction of the bill. There would be first reading. In both the cases, there would be first, second and third reading. First reading means purpose of introduction of bill, then it is go for second reading, discussion, then it is go for third reading, vote. The bill has to go for these three reading, first reading, second reading and third reading. First reading means the purpose of implementation or introductions of the bill. Second reading, the discussion goes in the parliament, means Lok Sabha. First we are talking about the money bill. So money bill, it goes for listen and after discussion. Then the third is the voting. Voting is done and we know that in the Lok Sabha, the ruling party and majority, so it gets passed. There is no any problem in passing it. Any bill cannot be passed easily in the Lok Sabha. Why it can be easily passed in the Lok Sabha? Because the ruling party is already in the majority. So it can be passed with the majority. So money bill has the one thing that it can be introduced only with the prior permission of the President. In the case of money bill, it is hoped that permission has already been granted. It can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. In the Lok Sabha, it is about to first reading, second reading, third reading, introduction, discussion and voting. And we know that in Lok Sabha, the ruling party is the majority, so it gets passed. When it is passed, then it is sent to the Rajya Sabha. Once it is passed by the Lok Sabha, then money bill is sent to the Rajya Sabha. There is some restrictions regarding the money bill. The Rajya Sabha has the restriction that Rajya Sabha has to pass it, the money bill, within the 14 days. They have to return the bill within the 14 days. In the Rajya Sabha also, the bill has to go the first, second and the third reading. A special condition is with the money bill that the Rajya Sabha has to return it within the 14 days. If the Rajya Sabha failed to return it within the 14 days, then it would be considered that it has already been passed by the Rajya Sabha. Then this bill is sent to the President, and as soon as President sign it, it becomes a law. It means we can say that the Rajya Sabha has less or no role as far as money bill is concerned. They have to pass it. If they have failed to pass it within the 14 days, then it will be considered. Rajya Sabha may give the suggestion and it is up to the Lok Sabha whether to accept the suggestion or not. It means we can say in the case of money bill, the Rajya Sabha is simply the spectators. एक दर्शक के रूप में होगा, they have to pass it or not to pass it in the 14 days. But in the Rajya Sabha, it has to go for the 3 readings. And as soon as it is signed by the President, it becomes the law. But in the case of ordinary bill, it changes. Ordinary bill can be introduced in either of the house, either Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. Money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha, but the ordinary bill can be introduced either in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. Then, in both the case, it has to go for the 3 readings. If one house passes, another house fails. One house passes, another house fails. Here, both has the equal weightage. Then President may call a joint session. And in joint session, again it has to go to the 3 readings, the voting take place, and in the joint session, if it has been passed, then it is sent to the President, and as soon as President sign it, it becomes law. If a bill has been introduced in the either of the house by the ruling party, and opposition party is not willing, and opposition party may be in the majority in the Rajya Sabha, then it becomes difficult for the ruling party to make this as a law. This happened with the triple talaq. One sensation that triple talaq was introduced first time. It was passed by the Lok Sabha, but it was failed by the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha passed it, but it was failed in the Rajya Sabha, so it could not become a law. Second time the attempt was made, and it was passed both by the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Conditions may be given. Some members walk out, some did not present, so strength was less. On the majority, it was passed. It is difficult in the scenario if we say from the last 20 to 25 years. It is difficult for a party or single party or an alliance to get the majority in the Rajya Sabha, because each 6 years means each approval of the 2 years, 1/3 members retires, and they are elected by the MLAs, MP. If the ruling party are in majority, even in the state or in the center, then the chances are there that term would finish, they would be in the majority. But if not happens, it not happens. We see that from 2014 to 19, still the NDA are not majority in the Rajya Sabha. Before it we see not a single party were in the majority. So as far as the ordinary bill concerns, the main power comes with the Rajya Sabha, and the Rajya Sabha, the role of opposition becomes very important, whether they want to support the bill or whether they don't want to support the bill. But in the case of money bill, Rajya Sabha has no any role, opposition has no any role, because in the Lok Sabha, even opposition do not want to pass it, ruling party are in the majority, so it will be passed. And in the Rajya Sabha is obliged to pass it within the 14 days, with suggestion or without suggestion. If they fail, still it will be considered that it has been passed. It means in the money bill, Rajya Sabha has no role, but in ordinary bill, the opposition, Rajya Sabha means we are talking about the opposition has the many role, whether they want to support the government or they don't want to support the government. Any bill that has been passed, as soon as it is conveyed and transferred to the President is bound to sign it. A little bit more about it. President may return it, maybe due to some conditions, to the Lok Sabha regarding a bill. If the Lok Sabha pass the same bill and send it to the President is bound to sign it. But as far as the ordinary bill is concerned, it is not mentioned how much time the President would take to sign it. This power of the President is called JB veto. JB is the Hindi word pocket veto. Once it has been used by our former President Gyani Jail Singh. It was regarding the rural areas post office regarding, and this bill was passed. It came to the President and anyhow President could not pass it, so it could not become the law. So we see that there is an important role of the Rajya Sabha in the case of ordinary bill. It means you have got the Parliament, functioning of the Parliament, how a bill becomes law. In bill becomes law, you have to discuss about the two bills. One is the ordinary bill, another one is the money bill. Ordinary bill, who has the more importance? Only the ruling party. Rajya Sabha has no anything to say. And in the ordinary bill, the Rajya Sabha has to say. Money bill, only the ruling party. Ordinary bill, it mostly depends on the opposition because it is to be passed by the Rajya Sabha. Thank you. Go through it.